Good job.
Coach, first official practice, what was it today?
It was good. It was good. Pretty long one. The intensity level was good. I thought the guys came with good attitude. We hit a little speed bump in the middle, which is expected. Once we got tired, I think it's kind of my job and our job to get them through that wall. And today we hit a little bit of bump, but nothing unusual with this kind of group and a lot of new guys in the fold at one time. But very pleased.
Looks like you were preaching toughness, at least early on when we got here. Is that something that you've been preaching a lot to these guys, and is that the kind of MO you want them to have this year?
Yeah, I think it's important that when we are in tough games and we do get a little tired, we get that mental toughness to finish games. That's any coach, any team, and we got good numbers, so we should be fresh. A little more than the average team. So I want everybody to contribute and understand they got to come in with a lot of intensity and understand just how hard we need to play. There's a lot of guys that have not played on this level that we got to get to that point.
Talk to Caden a little bit about leadership and with him being one of the I guess elder statesmen. I guess that's something that himself, Jamal, and Khalil is a role that they're going to have to embrace.
It is. They're the guys that have put it in the book and know how hard it is to win basketball games, and any time we are on the court, to be honest. So they've been very vocal through the summer and through the fall with the workouts, and they're stepping up. They're stepping up at the right times. Khalil's injured. Sometimes it's hard when you're injured and you're on the sidelines, barking a lot, but I challenged him to do that today a little bit. And, they've been good.
What was your impression of all the newcomers today on their first practice?
Not bad. We got, Vinny Zolo's coming back from mono. It's tough to gauge. He's really trying, but it's tough because his energy's not there. Okaro's got to bring a little bit more energy. I think he's a really, really good athlete, can really affect the game on defense. And once again, I think it's more guys understanding this level. That's the big part, the big challenge we have these first 2 weeks. And then thinking the game, understanding the sets we're trying to run, understanding the offensive schemes, the defensive schemes, but overall, a good first day.
Is that part of that, understanding the speed of the game, because it's a lot faster than high school? Is that part of it too?
That is. Understanding how quickly things have to develop on both ends of the floor, and they're all trying to impress. They got so many things going through their mind as a new guy here with new teammates. So you're going to have your challenges that first week, and this was no different.
What are your challenges as a coach with 7 new guys on your team? 9 new guys. 7.
You're always concerned and trying to get the right chemistry. You're trying to get guys to understand. Only 5 guys can be on the court. So when I come in the game, what is my role? Let's define it. Let's understand what we need to win, and then sell it. To each guy. Each guy has to understand and believe in that role. We did struggle with that a little bit last year. I don't anticipate that being a problem, but once we get closer to game time and the minutes you're starting to divide them up, there's not as many minutes as you think once you start the game. So that's a big challenge, and right now it's get that intensity level to the right point, and then we got to start to settle in with what we're doing and how each guy's going to affect the game.
It looks like everybody, for the most part, especially the big guys too, it looks like they all can run the floor well. Is that something you want to be a fast break type of team this year?
We want to get up a little bit and pressure. We're going to try to pressure without giving up easy baskets in the full court, and then I'm always looking for opportunities in transition to try to get some easy looks. We got some guys, some wings, some new guys that can shoot the ball that I'm pretty confident with in the open court, so we're going to push that ball as much as we can.
Caden talked about chemistry, how it's pretty good early on. Have you noticed that, and how important was the summer for these guys to really gel well, given all the new guys?
Well, the whole staff notices it. You can't help but to notice that the players like each other and they're around each other a lot, and there's a lot of different backgrounds too, so it is interesting. That will change, not so much that will change, but that'll be a challenge once the minutes are divided up, because now you're used to being the big fish in the little pond. It's a little bit different right now, but they like each other. They're fun to be around. You can tell in the locker room there's some camaraderie, and you can tell that on the court. They're pulling for each other and encouraging each other, and that's a big part of being a good team.
To see it develop so quickly and so early on, how happy does that make you?
Very happy. We're excited as a staff to coach this group, and talk about it a lot because of last year what we did struggle with. So it's like I've said, it's a great starting point. It's really a great starting point, and if we can keep that togetherness and really help each other out and cover each other's backs, we got a chance to be a good basketball team.
Didn't see Kenny out here today. Was any reason why he wasn't? Kenny on Yigbo?
Well, he got a little bit of a knee jolt yesterday in the scrimmage at Hilltopper Stereo, where he's getting checked out, and got to see. I'll be very cautious with him and make sure that he's right. Should know in the next couple days.
Last year, you guys referred to these first few weeks as boot camp. They're not calling it, I guess, this year. Although some of the older guys said they called it that. I mean, what do you? Is it back this year? Or?
Well, it's not so much back. We are up early next week. Actually, we got to get up at 5:30 because the guys' class schedules. We'll see. You're gonna have to ask them on that after the first 5 or 6 days of practice. But we got a lot to work on. There's a lot of teaching, a lot of video sessions, and we're halfway through day one. We've got another one in a little bit. So you're welcome to come on back for session number 2.
Coach Raymond came in, you were getting on you guys pretty good. Is that how it is with every coach information today, telling the guys that they're not good enough? Is that how day one is?
I think so. As a coach, you could always do a little bit better. Or you feel like your team can always do a little bit better, give a little bit more, a little bit better execution. We've got to set a tone, and the guys have been really good about setting a tone and keeping it up a level each day, and try to focus on it. We had a little bit of a hiccup today when we get tired. I think it's a challenge for every coach once teams get tired to work on that mental toughness part. And we did hit a speed bump today, but we got over it. The guys responded pretty good.
Ask Caden this, but people are going to talk about the youth of this team, but obviously you said it before that the freshmen and even the newcomers in general are just all very talented. So just what's the ceiling for this team, even though it's going to be a very young team?
It's tough to tell right now. It really is. I've said this. I'm very, very confident that we're going to play hard and we're going to compete night in, night out. And we're trying to do that in practice, and then we have to settle in to helping each other score, just how good we can be in the full court with pressure, and maybe create some baskets for us. And there are some things that we got to figure out over these next couple of weeks. But just from an athletic standpoint and a depth standpoint, that gives you a good starting point. So it's really hard to tell this early. It really is. I've been on teams where freshmen have really stepped up. I've been on teams where guys after junior year have made a big jump. I'm looking for these veterans to really take over and make this their team and show the young guys the way, because they just haven't been here. And I want some of these young guys to step up, and I think they will.
Coach, you don't have a lot of size. Right? You got the team 6'11", then after that it goes down to 6'8", and there's a decent size jump. What's the emphasis on speed, movement, things like that?
Well, we got to use our athleticism to our advantage on the defensive end. I do think we have some athletic wings. I think we got some quickness at the 4. Obviously, you got a guy like Tang that not many people in our conference have, and he's got to stay healthy, he's got to stay focused. We got to make sure he's effective for us. And when we play smaller, we've got good quickness. You got a couple bruisers in there though. You got Kenny Lebo, you got George Fan, you got Vinny Zolo. You got some guys with some meat on their bones that can bang a little bit. So even though we're not tall, we can still do some work down there because of the strength factor.